This person fell in love with you, even with the age difference, and God wants you to hear this today. This person fell in love with you, even with the age difference, and God wants you to hear this today. Love doesn't always arrive in a way that makes sense on paper. It doesn't stop to compare birth years, bank accounts, or where each of you stands in life. It doesn't measure who's older or younger. It simply recognizes a connection between two souls and holds on. If these words are reaching you right now, it may not be an accident. God could be using this moment to whisper something important into your heart, that there is someone who has quietly, sincerely, and deeply fallen in love with you. Maybe they don't always say it out loud. Maybe they show it in small gestures, in how they listen to you, how they look at you, or how they stay, even when life gets complicated. The world might question the age gap. People might not understand. But God sees beyond numbers and opinions, He sees hearts. Remember this: the heart has its reasons which reason knows nothing of. Blaise Pascal let that sink in. You are not too old. It is not too late. Love has not passed you by. God may be reminding you today that real love is not limited by age, timing, or what others think. It is guided by Him, and someone out there is loving you more deeply than you realize. Part 1. When love doesn't ask for permission. There comes a moment in a man's life when logic steps aside and the soul takes over. That is the moment two souls meet, not by chance, not by coincidence, but by divine design. You don't schedule it. You don't plan for it. You don't even feel ready for it. But it arrives anyway, on a Tuesday afternoon, at a quiet coffee shop, in the middle of a busy grocery store, somewhere completely ordinary, but suddenly sacred. Maybe she's older than you. Maybe you're older than her. Maybe society whispers, "What will people say?" Don't listen too closely, because love doesn't file reports. Love doesn't request approval. Love doesn't ask for permission. Love asks only one question: can your soul recognize mine? And when that recognition happens, when your eyes meet and something deep within you knows, it feels like a spark from another universe. That spark doesn't care about age, timelines, rules, or expectations. It only cares about truth. Your heart may try to act tough. You may try to hide it. You may tell yourself, this shouldn't happen. But your heart knows. There's something divine here. This is when you must understand how to fall in love without losing your strength. Being a high-value man doesn't mean rejecting your emotions. It means honoring them with courage. Don't run from what feels real. Don't bury what was sent to you for a reason. Be alert. Be brave. Be discerning. God may be sending a blessing, not a distraction. Sometimes, age difference doesn't separate you, it completes you. She might carry a wisdom you needed. You might carry an energy she forgot she had. She could be the chapter you didn't know your story needed. That is how souls work: perfect timing, strange packaging. You must remember this: the world judges by numbers. The soul judges by connection. Society sees birthdays. God sees purpose. And when your soul recognizes hers, when that sacred spark appears, pause for a moment and breathe. That moment is your teacher. That moment is the start of understanding how to fall in love the right way, not with fear, but with truth. The kind of truth only a high-value man can stand firmly in. So don't reject what your heart feels just because it doesn't fit the world's template. Don't apologize for divine timing. And don't confuse comfort with destiny. Love may not ask for permission, but it demands responsibility. It requires courage. It tests your character. Age might make things complicated, but it might also make things extraordinary. And if all you hear inside is, "There's something holy about this," then listen closely. God just might be speaking. Part 2. Their heart speaks in silence. They may never say it out loud. They might stand right in front of you and still choose silence over confession. Don't mistake that silence for indifference. Don't think they don't notice you. They notice everything. The way your voice rises when you're excited. The way your eyes soften when you speak about something that matters. They notice, and they feel more than they dare to reveal. That silence is not emptiness. It's a shield, a fear, a prayer. They stay quiet not because they don't care, but because they care too much. Because every emotion they feel for you is real, raw, and risky. They're afraid of what people will say. afraid of the age gap, afraid of wanting something that feels too good to be true. They wonder, can someone like you really love someone like me? But listen closely. Their silence has a heartbeat. Every time you smile, something inside them heals. Every time you speak, something inside them wakes up. When you walk into the room, they don't just look, they feel. Their heart doesn't beat the same when you're near, and no matter how hard they try to act normal, their eyes will always tell the truth. Your presence is a kind of peace they never expected. It's not loud. It's not dramatic. It doesn't need fireworks. It's the kind of peace that says, I'm home now. And that is exactly how they feel when they're around you. They say they don't believe in destiny. They say they're too old for games. But when it comes to you, their soul whispers, this is the one I've been waiting for. Here's the truth. Age difference doesn't scare the heart, only the mind. And that's why learning how to fall in love starts with learning how to be a high-value man. You must lead with grace. You must love with strength. You must not run away just because fear knocks at the door. Don't let silence win the battle that love has already begun. Be bold. Be present. Be real. That is how to fall in love. That is how a high-value man walks into life and stays. You must understand, sometimes the greatest love stories begin not with words, but with a quiet moment, a soft glance, or a breath held just a second too long. So don't walk away too quickly. Don't assume they don't care. If their eyes light up when you enter the room, that is already love speaking. And if you learn how to fall in love with courage, if you embrace the role of a high-value man, you may just discover that the love you've been searching for has already been looking back at you in silence. Part 1. When love doesn't ask for permission. There comes a moment in a man's life when logic steps aside and the soul takes over. That is the moment two souls meet, not by chance, not by coincidence, but by divine design. You don't schedule it. You don't plan for it. You don't even feel ready for it. But it arrives anyway, on a Tuesday afternoon, at a quiet coffee shop, in the middle of a busy grocery store, somewhere completely ordinary, but suddenly sacred. Maybe she's older than you. Maybe you're older than her. Maybe society whispers, what will people say? Don't listen too closely, because love doesn't file reports. Love doesn't request approval. Love doesn't ask for permission. Love asks only one question: can your soul recognize mine? And when that recognition happens, when your eyes meet and something deep within you knows, it feels like a spark from another universe. That spark doesn't care about age, timelines, rules, or expectations. It only cares about truth. Your heart may try to act tough. You may try to hide it. You may tell yourself, this shouldn't happen. But your heart knows. There's something divine here. This is when you must understand how to fall in love without losing your strength. Being a high-value man doesn't mean rejecting your emotions. It means honoring them with courage. Don't run from what feels real. Don't bury what was sent to you for a reason. Be alert. Be brave. Be discerning. God may be sending a blessing, not a distraction. Sometimes, age difference doesn't separate you, it completes you. She might carry a wisdom you needed. You might carry an energy she forgot she had. She could be the chapter you didn't know your story needed. That is how souls work. Perfect timing, strange packaging. You must remember this. The world judges by numbers. The soul judges by connection. Society sees birthdays. God sees purpose. And when your soul recognizes hers, when that sacred spark appears, pause for a moment and breathe. That moment is your teacher. That moment is the start of understanding how to fall in love the right way, not with fear, but with truth. The kind of truth only a high-value man can stand firmly in. So don't reject what your heart feels just because it doesn't fit the world's template. Don't apologize for divine timing. And don't confuse comfort with destiny. Love may not ask for permission, but it demands responsibility. It requires courage. It tests your character. Age might make things complicated, but it might also make things extraordinary. And if all you hear inside is, there's something holy about this, then listen closely. God just might be speaking. Part 4. They fell in love with your soul. They didn't fall in love with your face, your income, or the number of candles on your last birthday cake. Don't get that twisted. What reached them was deeper than appearances, stronger than any age difference, and more enduring than the noise of this world. What gripped their heart was your soul. That is the rare kind of connection people spend a lifetime searching for, but often overlook because they keep chasing the surface. You must understand this. You brought peace to their storm, clarity to their confusion, and calm to their restless mind. In the language of psychology tricks and female psychology, connection is never just about romance. It's about emotional safety, and you unknowingly became that safe place without trying to impress or perform. Be the man who understands why silence sometimes speaks louder than words. You listened when others only waited to respond. You noticed details no one else bothered to see. You understood their unspoken feelings even before they figured them out themselves, and that hits harder than appearance ever could. In female psychology, being understood is one of the strongest forms of attraction. Don't underestimate it. You became their quiet comfort in a world addicted to noise. You became the reason they started believing in love again, the reason their walls slowly lowered with each conversation, the reason their smile returned, and yes, it's real even if they try to hide it behind the word friendship. Friendship was just a disguise their heart used until it felt brave enough to say the truth. They didn't fall for your age, they fell for your maturity, your emotional intelligence, the way your energy didn't rush them, but met them exactly where they were. That is what psychology tricks can't manufacture and female psychology can't fully explain. It's spiritual, not transactional. Don't deny it. Don't shrink from it. This connection changed something inside them forever, and pretending otherwise won't make it less real. Be aware of what your presence means, because when you walked into their life, their mind found rest, their heart found rhythm, and their soul felt seen. That's no coincidence. You must stop thinking you're too old or not enough, because the truth is simple: they didn't choose you as a temporary escape. They recognized you as home. Age didn't scare them. Distance didn't stop them. Their hearts started speaking a language only yours could understand. Maybe they're guarded. Maybe they're cautious. Maybe they still act like it's nothing. But listen closely, love often arrives quietly, dressed as ordinary moments, disguised as casual conversations. It's patient. It studies you. It learns how you think. It remembers the little things. And that's what's happening here. Psychology tricks can explain desire, but this is soul-level recognition. If God sent this person into your life, don't push them away with doubt. Don't sabotage what's real because of fear. Be present. Be courageous. That is how you honor the connection that's already unfolding. They fell in love with your spirit, your resilience, your unshaken kindness. They love the way you make them feel seen in a world that constantly overlooks them. You became the rare exception to their rule, the unexpected answer to an unspoken prayer. So don't ask why they care about you. Ask why you still hesitate to believe it. Sometimes, God sends people into our lives not to test us, but to prove that love still exists, that age is only a number, and that the right soul recognizes yours instantly. Part 5. When the world doesn't understand. The truth is, love with an age difference was never designed to be easy, especially not for a man like you who's already lived through a few storms and has the scars to prove it. People will talk, they'll whisper, they'll roll their eyes, they'll call it a phase, a crisis, a fantasy, and they'll try to reduce something sacred to a casual headline in their minds. But don't let their noise become your inner voice. Don't apologize for what your heart knows is real. Don't shrink yourself just because others are uncomfortable with a story God is still writing. Be aware of this. Most people don't understand love. They only understand comfort, routine, and what looks normal on the outside. And when they see a man your age loving a younger woman, their limited understanding of female psychology kicks in, and they project their fears, their insecurities, and their own regrets onto you. That is not your burden to carry. You must remember that God doesn't create connections for public approval. He creates them to awaken something in your soul, to stir what's been asleep for years, to pull you out of emotional retirement and remind you that you are still capable of deep, honest, trembling love. Don't overthink every glance, every comment, every rumor. Use a bit of psychology tricks on yourself if you have to. Catch the negative thought, talk back to it, replace it with truth, because the battlefield is not out there, it's in your head, in a space where doubt tries to grow. Be clear with yourself. If this love is meant to grow, it will. If it is meant to stretch you, to mature you, to heal you both, it will. Not because you force it, not because you chase it, but because what is planted by God isn't scared of time, distance, or opinion. That is the quiet power of a connection that goes deeper than birthdays and calendars. You must also respect her world, her feelings, and her fears. Understand that female psychology in an age gap relationship comes with its own storms. She may worry what her friends think, what her family thinks, whether you'll get tired or walk away when things get complicated. So don't dismiss those fears. Speak to them, soothe them, and show her consistency. Don't treat this relationship like a secret hobby. Be intentional, be present, be the man whose actions are stronger than people's assumptions. When you learn a few psychology tricks not to manipulate her, but to better understand how she feels, what makes her feel safe, what makes her feel seen, you suddenly realize this. The age difference is loud to the world, but often it's quiet to the two hearts who are actually in it. That is where faith steps in. You must choose to trust what you both feel more than what others fear, to see beyond the years and trust beyond logic, to believe that God may have brought this person into your life not to embarrass you, but to teach you about unconditional love, to show you what it really means to care without conditions, to stay when it's easier to run, and to let this unexpected chapter become proof that love doesn't retire just because your age does. Part 6. Signs that this person truly loves you. You will feel it before you fully understand it. Something shifts when someone truly loves you, even when there's an age difference, even when society whispers doubts, even when you've stopped believing it could happen for you. But God does not follow society's limits. Love does not obey the calendar. As C.S. Lewis once said, you are never too old to set another goal or to dream a new dream. The presence of this person in your life is not random. Pay attention to the signs. Their eyes soften when they see you. They make time for you even when their schedule doesn't allow it. They remember words you spoke months ago because they actually listened. They protect you in silence without asking for recognition. Their energy changes when you walk into the room because your presence brings them peace. That is not infatuation. That is love in motion. That is love with purpose. That is love with masculine energy behind it. Real love doesn't always speak. It reveals itself through consistency. When someone truly values you, they don't ask, "Do you have time?" They make time. They don't make excuses. They make effort. They might not declare their feelings with dramatic words, but their gestures are powerful. The check-in message, the silent support, the way they notice when something is wrong before you even speak. Their heart recognizes yours before their voice does. When they pray, your name slips into their words without them realizing, because what touches the heart eventually reaches the spirit. And that is where divine connection begins. Don't ignore it. Don't sabotage it with overthinking. You must recognize the difference between attention and intention. One flatters your ego, the other nourishes your soul. In today's modern world of instant gratification and superficial dating, real connection is rare, and that is exactly why you must not run from it. You must stand strong in it. You must embrace it with wisdom, not fear. Age difference means nothing when loyalty is present. Respect means more than youth. Character weighs more than attraction. As Steve Jobs said, your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's life. This is your life, your path, your opportunity. You must decide boldly. You must protect what is real. Don't doubt your worthiness. Don't shrink yourself. The right person already sees your value. Let your masculine energy rise. Stand strong. Lead with integrity. That is how you naturally attract women, by becoming the man who does not chase, but chooses. By becoming the man who does not beg, but builds. When your spirit is aligned with purpose, you naturally attract women who respect confidence, not arrogance, but certainty. Listen carefully. God often speaks through people. When someone enters your life and brings consistent peace, support, and respect, don't overlook it. Don't let insecurity sabotage what destiny may have aligned. You must act. You must take ownership of your feelings. You must move with clarity. because hesitation kills more dreams than failure ever could. Let your heart be courageous. As Mark Twain said, the secret of getting ahead is getting started. So get started. Don't wait for perfection. Don't wait for permission. Let love renew your strength. Let experience sharpen your wisdom. Let discipline protect your emotions. Your masculine energy is not meant to fade, it is meant to evolve. It is meant to attract women through presence, not pressure. Through leadership, not desperation. So let's be direct. Don't retreat. Don't stutter. Don't drown in doubts. That is not your destiny. That is not your legacy. You must choose to rise. You must choose to lead. You must choose to love with courage, not fear. Because when real love appears, especially across generations, it is not weakness. It is not desperation. It is divine alignment. And when God opens a door, your only responsibility is to walk through it. That is how men win. That is how men love. That is how men master life. Let's move forward with strength, with clarity, and with heart. The next chapter is waiting. Make it yours. Part 7. God's message to you today. If you are hearing these words right now, understand this is not a coincidence. Be attentive. God is sending you a message through the very thing you've been doubting. He wants you to stop questioning the love that crossed your path, even if it arrived with an age difference, even if it came at a time you didn't expect. That is not a mistake, that is not a sin, and you must not treat it as an illusion. Be wise and recognize it for what it truly is, a blessing in disguise. It may have entered your world quietly, but it carries the strength of something sacred. Sometimes God sends us what we need wearing the costume of what we fear. Don't run from it. Be brave enough to hold it, examine it, and admit what it really is. A chance to feel alive again. A chance to reclaim hope. A chance to believe. This person did not appear to confuse you. That is not their purpose. They came to remind you, boldly, that love can find you at any stage of life. So don't hide. Don't say, I'm too old for this, or why now? Be open. Love isn't bound by age. Only humans are. God is outside of time, and sometimes love is his way of showing you there is more life left in you than you ever realized. Maybe your conversations are limited. Maybe you're not together yet. Maybe life, distance, doubts, or responsibilities are standing like guards at the gate. But let me tell you this with certainty. In the unseen space, your souls might already be speaking. They might already be holding hands. They might already be building the bridge your bodies haven't crossed yet. Don't be fooled by silence. Spiritual connections don't always use words. Be aware of psychology tricks and learn how female psychology sometimes expresses affection without a declaration. Women often show love through presence, consistency, patience, not always speech. A shift in tone, a softer gaze, a small pause before she says goodbye. That is how female psychology sends signals, quiet but powerful. You must pay attention to those cues. Use wisdom. Use maturity. And yes, even use psychology tricks to understand what is being said without being spoken. That doesn't diminish the love, it deepens it. Maybe you've been hurt before. Maybe life has trained you to expect disappointment. Maybe you feel your time has passed. But God says, not yet. He whispers, don't close your heart before love has a chance to knock. Don't dismiss this connection simply because it came after the age where others stop expecting magic. Be present. Be cautious, but don't be cold. Let your heart move beyond numbers and into meaning. Age counts birthdays, but chemistry counts the unexplainable pull between two human souls. This love is here to teach you something profound. Timing isn't always logical. Attraction isn't always predictable. You must stop fighting what is meant to free you. God sends certain people not to complete you, but to reveal you to yourself. To show you you're still capable of feeling deeply. That your heart is still capable of stretching, expanding, and risking again. That is healing. That is growth. That is courage disguised as romance. So don't sabotage it with fear. Don't bury it under doubt. Be courageous enough to listen. Consider that God might have woven this connection into your story long before you even realized it. Let love surprise you. Let it breathe. Let it evolve without force. And remember this, if your souls are already speaking, God may only be waiting for your heart to answer. Part 8. What you both need to understand. Real love is not about matching ages, it's about matching energies. Age is just a number, but masculine energy is timeless. It speaks through presence, decisiveness, and the strength to protect what matters. That is what truly attracts women, not youth, but certainty. Not boyish charm, but unwavering conviction. You must understand something powerful. When two souls connect in truth, they do not ask for permission from the world. They recognize each other silently. They feel safe without explanation. They feel seen without needing to pretend. That's not fantasy, that's spiritual alignment. That is divine timing at work. As Mark Twain said, age is an issue of mind over matter. If you don't mind, it doesn't matter. Never let age be the cage that traps your destiny. Never bow to doubt. Instead, rise with conviction and let your masculine energy lead the way. Modern life will tell you that love must fit a checklist: same age, same goals, same background. But real life, God's plan, is different. Unexpected love is often the tool He uses to strengthen you. It shakes your beliefs. It forces you to grow. It challenges you to become more than you were yesterday. That is the test. That is the lesson. You must not overthink it. You must not run from it. Instead, embrace it with wisdom, led with steady confidence. Show that you understand the weight of responsibility but are strong enough to carry it. Women don't seek perfection, they seek direction. They are drawn to your masculine energy when it is calm, grounded, and unafraid. That is how you attract women, through quiet certainty, not loud insecurity. Through purpose, not performance. God does not place people in your life by accident. If this person felt something real for you, despite the age difference, it is because they saw something in you that they could trust. They felt a presence, a stability, a strength. Don't discredit that. Don't deny it. Let it awaken you. As the great poet Rumi wrote, what you seek is seeking you. Perhaps this connection is not the problem. Perhaps it is the answer. The difference between chaos and destiny lies in how you respond. Do you fear judgment, or do you honor truth? Do you chase approval, or do you follow purpose? That choice defines the man you become. You must act with clarity. Don't waver. Don't apologize for your feelings. Don't sabotage what God might be building. Real love is sacred. It does not demand attention. It demands respect. Even if life separates you, even if circumstances shift, a true bond does not disappear. It transforms. It becomes memory, prayer, strength, and destiny. That is real love. That is why you must protect your mind from fear and your heart from hesitation. Attraction is not about image, it is about spirit. The more you nurture your masculine energy, the more you naturally attract women who are drawn to depth, purpose, and guidance. As Steve Maraboli said, the right person will love you without question. Let's be clear, you must own your age, not hide from it. Let your scars speak for you. Let your wisdom be your advantage. Young men chase attention. Grown men command respect. That is the difference that changes everything. If you want to attract women, stop comparing yourself to others and start mastering yourself. Don't try to compete with youth. Instead, lead with strength. Don't chase validation. Embody confidence. Don't let doubt control you. Let purpose fuel you. Real love will challenge you, but challenges make men, not comfort. So stand firm. Hold your ground. If God is moving something in your spirit, listen carefully. If someone sees you beyond your age, don't dismiss it. It means your spirit is alive. It means your masculine energy is speaking louder than your fear. Love is not always meant to be easy, but it is always meant to teach. Maybe God will unite you. Maybe He will use this connection to shape your character. Whatever happens, let it move you toward strength, not weakness. Toward purpose, not hesitation. Your destiny will not wait forever. You must claim it with courage. And remember this final truth. Once two souls meet in honesty, they never truly part. They evolve. They transform. They inspire. They light the path ahead, even in silence. Live with strength. Think with clarity. Lead with purpose. That is how you win. That is how you attract women with masculine energy, and that is how you master life. Part 9. What true confidence really looks like. Confidence is not about the date on your birth certificate. It is about the alignment between who you say you are and how you actually live. And today, you must hear this clearly. Someone fell in love with you not in spite of the age difference, but partly because your journey has carved out a depth that younger men simply don't have. Real confidence is quiet, steady, unshakable. It doesn't shout, it doesn't brag, it doesn't chase. It stands, it leads, it listens. That is what real women feel when they are around a man whose actions match his values, whose words match his intentions, whose presence carries integrity. There is a saying, with age comes wisdom, and you must stop treating your years like a problem and start treating them like proof. Proof that you endured, that you learned, that you grew. Young men may have fresh faces, but you have a forged soul. In modern life, where social media worships youth and filters, a man who is authentic, grounded, and spiritually awake is rare. That rarity is power. That rarity attracts women, masculine energy, in a way no trend, no outfit, no hairstyle can ever match. Confidence is not loud, it's consistent. It is not arrogance, it is assurance. It does not try to impress, it quietly reassures. When a woman senses that kind of grounded presence, that settled masculine energy, she feels safe, seen, and understood, and no psychology trick from a YouTube video can fake that because it's spiritual before it's psychological. Don't let fear of your age trap you in small thinking. Don't let the mirror bully you. Every scar, every wrinkle, every gray hair is a chapter in your story, and God has read every single page. You must start seeing your past as preparation, not punishment. There is a quote, "The future depends on what you do today." That is the truth for you right now. Not what you did at 25. Not what you looked like at 30. What you do with the man you are this very moment. Maybe you overthink the future. Maybe you worry she will compare you to younger guys. Stop that. Don't compete with youth. Don't imitate youth. Don't apologize for maturity. You are not here to play the same game as them. You are here to play a wiser game. Young men chase attention. Wise men command respect. Young men often try to impress. Wise men impress by how little they need to. That is how you attract women, masculine energy, without begging, without chasing, without performing. You command respect by your discipline, by your integrity, by the way you handle pressure and keep your word. In a world full of cheap talk, a man who does what he says he will do is a rarity, and rarity is magnetic. God did not walk you through heartbreaks, failures, late night doubts, and early morning responsibilities just to leave you feeling too old. He walked you through those fires to burn off your illusions and reveal your core. Let's be very clear. Your age is not a cage. Your age is armor. Wear your years like armor, not shame. Armor means you've been to war and survived. Armor means you can protect, guide, and steady someone who doesn't yet have your miles. That is exactly why a younger woman, or any woman, can be drawn to you across an age difference. You represent safety in a chaotic world, clarity in a noisy culture, depth in a shallow dating scene. To live this, you must upgrade your standards every single day. Don't sit around scrolling and complaining about modern women. Don't talk like a victim. You must act like a leader. You must take care of your body so you have energy. You must sharpen your mind so you stay interesting. You must strengthen your spirit so you stay unshakable. That is how you attract women, masculine energy, from a place of abundance, not desperation. In practical, modern terms, that looks like handling your finances responsibly, managing your emotions instead of exploding or withdrawing, keeping your word in work and relationships, and showing up on time, prepared, and present. It's sending a message and meaning it. It's saying no when something violates your values. It's choosing purpose over pleasure, long-term impact over short-term ego. Remember the saying, we are what we repeatedly do. Excellence is not an act but a habit. Build habits that reflect the man you claim to be. Do not wait for permission. Do not wait for perfect timing. She fell in love with you because beneath your doubts, there is a man who knows how to stand firm, how to love deeply, how to guide with patience. Now it is your responsibility to grow into that fully. So stop shrinking when you think about the age gap. Stop replaying your fears. Stand up internally. Decide that your life experience is a blessing. Decide that your maturity is an asset. Decide that your faith, your scars, and your lessons are exactly what make you powerful in love. God is not done with you. He is positioning you. Walk like it, speak like it, live like it. That is true confidence. Part 10. The love that changes everything. Man, listen to me clearly today, because God wants you to hear this today. This person did not fall in love with you by accident, and the age difference is not a problem to apologize for. It is part of the assignment on your life. Part of the lesson God is using to wake you up, to grow you up, to call out your strength, your wisdom, your masculine energy, and remind you that your story is not over. In a world where men your age are told to slow down, fade out, retire from desire, you are discovering something different, something dangerous, something holy, love that doesn't just make you feel good, but makes you better. And that is the sign, that is the test, that is the proof. As C.S. Lewis said, affection is responsible for 9/10 of whatever solid and durable happiness there is in our lives. And you are tasting that now, not as a boy, but as a man who has walked through storms and come out standing. Do not insult God's timing by calling yourself too old. Do not sabotage your blessing by obsessing over opinions that do not pay your bills, carry your burdens, or share your bed. Mark Twain said, "Age is an issue of mind over matter." If you don't mind, it doesn't matter. Let that sink in. The world will keep shouting its rules about what love should look like, what the right age is, how you are supposed to act. But the world does not know your journey, your scars, your prayers. God does. God saw every lonely night. God saw every time you poured out and no one poured back into you. That is why this love is different. That is why this connection feels like oxygen to a soul that has been holding its breath for years. You must understand this. Love that comes later often comes deeper. Early love is about excitement. Mature love is about alignment. Early love chases ego. Mature love protects peace. Early love wants to impress. Mature love wants to build. That is why this relationship pulls you higher, challenges your habits, questions your excuses, and demands that you stand tall as a man, not hide like a boy. In modern life, it is easy to numb yourself with scrolling, work, and empty conversations while your heart slowly starves. But this person has interrupted that pattern. That is not random. That is a blessing. That is a wake-up call. Aristotle said, "Love is composed of a single soul inhabiting two bodies, and when you feel that, you do not ask permission from people who have never experienced it." Stop rehearsing your fears about the age gap and start respecting the courage it took for both of you to choose each other in a culture obsessed with shallow attraction. You are not here to defend your happiness to critics. You are here to protect your peace, to honor the gift, to lead with steady, grounded masculine energy that makes her feel safe, cherished, and chosen. You want to attract women in a way that matters? Then stop chasing youth and start embodying depth. Stand in your values. Keep your word. Take care of your body. Own your past without being ruled by it. Set clear standards. That is how you radiate masculine energy. That is how you attract women who are drawn to your spirit, not just your appearance, to your character, not just your charm. Remember this. If this love brings you peace, if it pushes you to heal, to grow, to plan, to become more disciplined, more honest, more responsible, then it is not a problem. It is a promotion. Do not let your insecurities speak louder than your assignment. Do not let the chatter of small minds drown out the whisper of God in your heart. Instead, ask the real question, not why her or why me, but why now? The answer is simple and powerful. Now, because you finally have enough experience to appreciate what you are being given. Now, because you finally know what you will no longer tolerate. Now, because you are finally ready to love with your eyes open and your feet planted. In this digital age of dating apps and disposable connections, you have stumbled into something rare, a bond that feels anchored, intentional, and alive. Guard it. Nurture it. Let in it. Don't play small. Don't act confused. Don't apologize for what God is clearly using to pull you into your next level of manhood. Let's be clear. You are not finished. You are being refined. Let this be the moment you decide, firmly and finally, I will not measure my life by my age, but by my growth, my obedience, my capacity to love well. Stand firm. Speak boldly. Choose her fully. Walk with God closely. That is how you win this season. That is how you master your life. That is how you attract women, keep respect, and walk in masculine energy with your head high, your heart steady, and your future wide open. So, if you're hearing this today, God is reminding you that love is not bound by time or age. It is bound by purpose. Someone has fallen for you deeply, not because of how old you are, but because of who you are. They see your light, they feel your goodness, and every part of their soul whispers, "This is the one God sent to awaken me." So don't question it. Don't fear it. Just trust it. Because sometimes the greatest love stories are the ones that don't follow the rules, but follow God's plan. And maybe this beautiful, unexplainable connection is one of them. This person fell in love with you, even with the age difference, because their soul recognized yours. And God wants you to know it was never a coincidence. It was divine timing. Welcome to Stoicism Win. If you're curious about the hidden truths of the mind and heart, make sure to subscribe and turn on the bell icon so you never miss a fact that could change the way you see.